How many
and your
kids you have?
preference. I have 3,
You have
25,
three?
18, and 12.
Okay. How many baby daddies?
2.
Two.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So it's no disrespect towards that, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I just want you to understand when it comes to a man of top tier, right? We give you a few from one man.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. If you have multiple from a different man,
Mm-hmm.
that disqualifies yourself.
So it disqualifies a top tier woman from getting a top
That's
tier
exactly
man
right. Why?
if
Because
she
there's
has
billions
2.
of women on this planet.
Okay, so let's go ahead and get into it. That clip has been going viral. People got a lot to say about it, and I got a lot to say about it. So before I get into it, I really want to watch the full clip, and then we're going to discuss it. All right, are you ready? Let's go. Let's go ahead and get this together because y'all may not like what I have to say, but we're going to see. Let's watch the whole thing. I think it's important to get the context before we get in here and saying a bunch of shit. So let's go ahead and get into it.
Hello, welcome in. I'll have you hold this.
How you doing, Alette?
Good, good. How are you? Can we get your
Great.
name?
My name is Brian.
Brian, how old are you?
I'm 40.
40
I'll
and
be 41 in September.
Okay, it's coming up.
Yeah.
And Brian, what do you do?
I'm an aircraft mechanic
Very
for a major
cool.
airline.
All right.
So
Now-
I fix planes.
Mhm.
I want you to get home safe.
We appreciate you.
First off, I'll say he looking kind of good. He from New Orleans. New Orleans men got that good dick. I ain't gonna lie. That damn ass is twirling good. I will say that ass is twirling. It's twirling. It's twirling. Ooh. I have traveled to several countries, lived in several countries, sampled all types of African balls. New Orleans men have the best dick. So that I knew by the accent that they're gonna be good, and I like his hairs together, dressing nice, look good. I would not pop balloon based on that if I was there. He looking kind of good. All right, let's go.
And now, what are some things that you like to do for fun?
Things I like to do for fun. I like trail riding. I live in Houston.
Okay.
I'm from New Orleans, but I like to ride horses. I'm a country guy. Okay. I'm still city, but I like to do country things.
God.
Based off his energy, I like how he seems confident, very well spoken. That New Orleans accent is always sexy. He's answering questions directly. He has a good job. I like that. Let's go ahead.
I like to read. I'm from the ghetto, but I am a nerd. Okay, I like to read.
Skin is glistening, looking good. I like that he likes to read.
I want to know about things that I don't know. Okay. I like to go lounges, right? I like to go to museums.
He said he likes to know about things that he don't know. I love that. I love that in a man. I love it when a man has a seeking spirit, because I have a seeking spirit. I'm always wanting to know what the fuck going on. If it's some new shit, let me know what's up. Hence why I'm a world traveler. But you could be too if you was getting paid to talk and text on the phone. Become a trained phone sex operator. Yeah. DM me loot for info.
I just like to really have a good time.
Okay. Nice. Now, what are some things that you're looking for in a woman?
Transparency, for sure. Transparency.
Okay.
If I can't see who you are when I meet you, then I would never know, right? Loyalty. That really, for men, that's a big thing. Loyalty. I need to know when you out partying, having a good time, that you loyalty and you faithful to a man like me.
Okay. Now, what are some of your deal breakers?
Deal breakers? I really don't have deal breakers, right? Because I'm from the ghetto, so I understand that we do a lot of things in our past and in our youth that is really a problem. So I don't really have any deal breakers. But as far as deal breakers, I don't really have any.
Okay. All right. So we did get a few pop balloons.
Okay.
Let's go on over to those ladies, see why they ended up popping.
No problem.
Now, the thing he just said about him not having deal breakers and he's open-minded when it comes down to a woman's past or a person's past, keep that in mind. It's going to show up, and it's going to also show up in a lot of the comments that I see on this clip. So just let's keep listening. But I do like what he said about, we do shit in our past, who cares, but it's going to come back up later. Let's listen.
All right, let's start right on over here. If we can have your name and age.
Hi, I'm Mrs. Parker, but I go by Mrs.
Okay.
I'm 39. And
you said you're 39?
39.
All right.
And Mrs. Parker, what do you do?
I'm a professional makeup artist.
A makeup artist?
Yeah, shout out to Makeup by Mrs. Parker.
All right, and Mrs., why did you end up popping your balloon?
I popped your balloon because you said you don't have any deal breakers, and everybody has to have some type of deal breaker. So you have to have something that you don't like. But you look really nice. You look dapper. Nice to meet you.
It's definitely nice to meet you. When it comes to deal breakers, I'm not a surface level dating type of guy, right?
Okay.
I don't really care about your past. I'm from the ghetto. I'm from New Orleans, right? So nothing that you done in your past doesn't matter to me because that was before me. After me, that's when you upgrade yourself. So that's why I said I don't have any deal breakers because I don't want to say that, hey, you're not my type because of what you've done in your past, not knowing that that wasn't right or wrong. Okay, so
I think that's beautiful. I love his mindset when it comes down to that. It reminds me of the body count conversation that seems to be this fake ass conversation people are having on here. I mean, I think he's being broad about many things, right? Because he said he could have been a hooligan out in the streets, hitting licks, listening to Bone Thugs, selling dope, whatever he was doing in the streets of the Ninth Ward. But he's grown up and he ain't think about that shit, right? And so I think I think about body count. I don't know who cares if you was out knucking and bucking. As long as you got no damn claps of kids, who really cares? Or you don't have anything that's really impacting your future, then who cares? So I love that mentality because there's a lot of stupid shit I did in my 20s that I just, oh my God, what was I doing? And every person has that. So I don't know why the past matters if it's not directly impacting what's going on right now. And remember that commentary I just said because it's going to come back around up in here. Now, I don't know exactly what that had to do with deal breakers per se, but that's how he interpreted the question. Because when you think of deal breakers, you could think of things. Most of the time, deal breakers have to do with what's going on right now. Like deal breaker is having sweet potato titties, having the clap, having 12 children. Deal breakers is being too religious. Things that are usually going on right now. So interesting response that he gave, but I wasn't. When I hear deal breakers, my mind will go to the past, but I guess I can see what he's saying because, but like I said, people think about motherfucking body count shit like that. But let's go ahead and listen to this. And his skin is glistening, and his elbow is sharp. I'm actually, he's one of the more attractive men to be on here because a lot of these men will be looking good to me.
that's why.
Respect.
Mm-hmm.
And now, is Mr. someone that is your type?
She definitely she got this cowgirl going on. I'm from the South, right? So I like your outfit. I like what you got going on. Definitely.
Thank you.
All right. Let's go to our next lady over here. If we can have your name and age.
Hi, I'm Tracy, and I'm 37. I'm from New Orleans as well, and I live in the DMV. And the reason why I popped my balloon is because I am from New Orleans, and just the energy just wasn't vibing with. Like, I think you're super cool. I love the way that you look. But as far as like energy, I feel like I've dated guys from New Orleans before, and it just did not work out for me. So I think because we come from the same place, it just clashes.
Okay. So since we come from the same place, it clashes.
Yeah.
I
I just haven't had really good relationship experiences dating people from my hometown.
You never met Brian. You never met Brian, but today that you
Maybe.
did. You know what I mean? And today definitely you was a winner. But the fact that you're from New Orleans, I respect that because I respect my home and I'm prideful on being a Louisianian, right?
Mhm.
And I definitely was feeling you. But
Thank you. Like I
since you
said, you're
popped
very
on me,
handsome.
we don't really deal with rejection too well. We respect that,
Mhm.
but we move on.
And then
Nice to meet you.
Tracy, we actually didn't get, what do you do?
So I work in management. So the person that I kind of link with, we can kind of go into further of my career. Yeah.
What industry? What management? What industry?
I wouldn't like to say. Yeah, I would like to discuss that with the person that I match with. I think that's a little more in depth.
Okay. You're looking good today. I love the orange.
Let's go to
Definitely.
our next lady here. If we can have your name and age.
Okay, so when I first saw it, I was like, "Girl, who give a fuck?" But at the same time, I feel it because I'm not really feeling no damn Africans. I have had terrible experience dating in Africa. Lived over there for 3.5 years, and anybody with no damn Ghanaian, Zambian accent, I don't know. I'm good. I'm good. Like, all right, I'm good. But I say that, but in real life, if I talk to the fucking African and he seems to be dope and unique and with me and got a Western mind, I can fuck with it. But initially, I want to have something to say about that, but I can't really because I'm pretty prejudiced about fucking Africans myself. I ain't gonna lie, shit. But I am a bit annoyed about her. I don't want to say what I do. I just kind of hate people. Answer the fucking question, bitch. Are you a fucking spy? Are you a fucking spy or Nino Brown or something? Answer the fucking question and shut up. Shit, he ain't like he asked you anything deep. Anyway, that's me being petty.
My name is Chanel Kidd, and I am originally from Gary, Indiana. I live here in Phoenix, Arizona. Coco Stiletto on Instagram. I have my own business. I'm a business consultant, and I also create trivia games that I sell on Amazon.
Okay, and I'm sorry we didn't get your age.
I know his damn dick is good. I'm just sitting here looking at that tattoo on the side of his damn neck and that way he got that lined up. I know that dick is good. I can feel it in my bones. That's some good ass. I know that ass is good. I know he nasty. Them goddamn New Orleans men. When you get around Gonzales and down, when you get to the part of, let's say this is Baton Rouge, get kind of at the end of Baton Rouge, getting down into New Orleans. Ooh, that ass is good. I know he'll be. I'm sorry.
I'm 42. And the reason why I popped my balloon is pretty much, and you already answered. You didn't have any deal breakers. I need someone that knows what he wants. I can be a handful sometimes as well. So, and it can be anything. So it's got to be something that makes you tick, that you can be honest about. So that's why I popped my balloon. And you kind of remind me of my nephew, just kind of. It's this way.
Okay.
Kind of remind you of my nephew? Okay. So you said the deal breakers would be because I don't have a deal breaker?
Correct.
Okay, well, I could have a
I
clean.
need a man to tell me something. Tell me what he want and don't want.
And-
If
and
you
that
can't
will-
tell me
and-
that,
and
I
that-
might jump all over you.
and that will come. Definitely. I will definitely tell you where you're going wrong at.
Mhm.
But as far as a deal breaker, I have a clean slate with everybody. I'm the type to trust you before I not trust you. I'm going to give you that grace before
I like that. Good shit.
I don't give you that grace, right? But I respect how you feel.
I like that response.
Mhm.
Might circle back, but
You might go get back.
might.
You want your balloon back?
Do you want that balloon back?
Not
wait.
yet.
Okay.
You got to get the gab I see, so we're just gonna.
I got the gift of gab.
Let's go on
It's
to our next
transparency,
ladies.
love.
Okay, if we can start off with your name and age.
Hi, I'm Janae. I'm 34.
Hello,
And
Janae.
Janae, what do you do?
I'm in school for fashion design. I'm an office assistant and I'm a new entrepreneur. Just about to launch my fitness clothing line called We Fit.
Okay, and why did you end up popping your balloon for Brian?
Hey, Brian, I love the way you speak, but for me, it was the pants. I don't like the pants too tight. I'm kind of ghetto too, so I like them a little loose. And that was just it for me.
How old are you?
34.
34.
Mhm.
How many kids you got?
I got 3.
You got 3?
Yep.
How many baby daddies?
I have 3.
You got 3 baby daddies. Okay.
I should have said 0
Mm.
because it's just me.
You gonna lie to the public?
No, I have 3, but it's just me. I'm a single parent. There's no man in my life.
No man in your life? Why
Except
is the
my
reason for
boys.
there no man in your life?
Well, my first child, his father passed away, and the other 2 are nowhere to be found. So what can you do?
They do you like that? What's wrong with them?
Something.
Mm.
Only God
Or
knows.
is there something wrong with you?
Possibly, but I think I'm just fine.
I think you're just fine as well.
Thank you.
Right. But to say that a 41-year-old man is disqualified because of his pants,
You're 41?
I'll be 41 in September.
Okay, because I was like, I thought you said 40.
I'll be 41 in September. That's coming up.
I like it. It's okay for you. It's not my style.
Mm.
You know, with everything going on, I like the pants to be a little baggy. That's all.
Where you from, love?
Kansas City.
Kansas City.
Yeah.
Okay. How long you been out here?
2 years.
2 years?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Okay, I have 2 things to say about that. Okay, I'm gonna give you my ego, and then like my spiritual, my evolved self. First thing is, girl, you got 15 kids out of there. You need to be a little bit more lenient with your preferences. Okay, 7 kids, 12 baby daddies, all of that. His pants should be one size up. Bitch, you can't be picky. You can be picky on important things like how you are treated. if you respected all of that. But nigga, he can change the pants. Can you change them kids? But my evolved self is like, you know what? She has every right to want exactly what she wants. She can be, do, or have anything she wants and manifest it. Well, girl, get somewhere, sit the fuck down. Shit. All them damn kids talking about the pant size. Girl, I would be a little bit more lenient about my preferences if I had a tribe of children. A tribe. A gaggle. A slew. A trough. If she would have said, I'm not physically attracted to you, that's cool. Just because you got a football team, with 8 or 9 quarterbacks, don't mean that you need to just be with Forrest Whitaker or nothing like that. You do need to like the way he looks. If she would have said, I don't find you attractive, I would have said nothing. But one outfit need to be one size up. Girl, sit down. But you know what? Again, that's my ego side, and this woman can have anything she wants. But she ain't saying shit here.
Thank you. Let's go on over here. If we can have your name and age.
I am Venusian, 39.
And you said Venusian? And what do you do?
I'm a TikTok creator manager.
Cool. And why did you end up popping your balloon?
I'm a free-spirited woman, so having to check in with somebody like they are my parent is something that I don't subscribe to. So that's why I pop my balloon.
What do you mean check in like they're your parent?
The way that you were discussing how somebody needs to constantly, when we're out and about, to text or call and check in, that's something that I don't subscribe to. So that's why I pop my balloon.
Okay. What do you do?
I'm a TikTok creator manager.
TikTok creator manager? For what company? Or is it for yourself?
It's for TikTok.
For TikTok?
Social media.
Okay. Social media?
Social media agent. Yes.
Okay. How many kids you have?
I have 2.
How many baby daddies?
2.
2? Okay. So you didn't think after the first one that you wanted to marry the next one?
No.
No? Okay. Okay. I was just asking because for real men, that's what matters.
Mm-hmm.
Your first one is given. Your second one, the mistake is on you.
Oh, is it? Well, there's
That's definitely
circumstances
right.
under why I got
That's
pregnant,
definitely
but
right.
that's nor here or there, and that's
Yeah,
not
but
what I'm here for.
Okay, definitely. You're a beautiful woman, though.
Thank you.
But I respect your answer.
All right. I don't know where she got checking in all the time from what he said. Earlier, he just simply said, if you're out and about, I want to know that you're being loyal, and that you're being faithful, monogamous, or whatever. I don't know where she got checking in all day from. That's just something where I think she projected some shit because he didn't say that. He didn't say he didn't say anything like that. So I think she kind of just made up some shit there. Okay. But he's absolutely right about the baby mother thing. But we're going to talk about that a little bit later on. And like the fact that women pop the balloon because he's speaking facts, really, honestly, again, if y'all watch my commentary, I am not a womanist. I'm not on women's side just across the board with anything. I'm not on man's side across the board with anything. It is a case-by-case thing. But in the case of having kids, there's nothing logically incorrect about what he said. Any issues with what he said is based on hit dogs hollering and emotion. That's fine, but it's nothing actually wrong with what he just said. But we're gonna save that for the end of my commentary.
Thank you. Let's go back here. Okay, if we can start off with your name and age.
I'm Shay, and I'm 37.
How you doing, Shay?
I'm doing amazing.
Shay, what do you do?
I like this.
So I work
I
for
like
the
that.
county, and
Fine.
I have my own hair business and a few other little small businesses.
Why does she have no earrings on? I feel like the tracks. Her hair is given the tracks that you get. The tracks, like when you get the little glue and you put them in track by track. And I got deodorant on underneath this. The track, I just feel like it's some old tracks, and I feel like she got, what is it, the Yaki silken tracks, and I feel like she got some grease and kind of tried to curl it with the little tundrums and slick it and curl it, and I don't know why she don't have no earrings on. And that outfit is just, I'm not a fashionista or nothing like that, but it looks real Temu like. It looks real wholesale bulk like, with them damn ruffled tundrums at the back, no jewelry on, just ain't got no earring on, no necklace on, no nothing on, some old dull fingertips. You know, she just ain't really got shit going, really. She's really dull. She looking country motherfucker. Look like she from Monroe, Louisiana, which is where I'm from. She look real Monroe-like. And that ain't no compliment. But let's go. God damn, I just want to do something to him. Hell, looking good.
Businesses. Okay. All right. And why did you end up popping your balloon?
So originally I was feeling it. I like I don't want to say a bad boy, but I like somebody that's outspoken. But the question of, I feel like you're challenging the women. Oh, how many baby daddies you got? And then, you know, it just, does that matter? You say future. So that's their past. It's not their future. How many kids do you have?
I have one daughter. She's 19.
Do you want more?
I do.
My balloon still pop because I don't want any more.
Okay.
You don't want any more?
Not at all. I have.
You can't have
one.
any more. You
No, I'm
choose
choosing.
not
I
to
choose
have
not
any
to have
more.
any more. I have a
Okay.
almost 14-year-old, and
Okay. Yeah. Well, the reason for me asking their past about the baby daddies, because it lets me know where they're going in their future. If you didn't want to have a baby daddy for the second time, then that lets me know that you was uncareful of what you're dealing with.
do you necessarily
Okay.
believe that somebody's past is their past that don't determine their future?
Not
Because I mean, I can look at you and say like you made people make mistakes. And it could happen. I feel like once or twice, okay, some things become a choice, but your past doesn't determine.
When it
you.
comes to once is a mistake. Twice, that's on you.
Okay, so then say like you get into a relationship with somebody, you get married, and things don't work. So then I guess you made a mistake, and then so you once is a mistake, and then twice is. I don't believe in that because I believe things happen.
Sweetheart, twice is on you.
Okay,
You
well,
should have learned from that very first
no,
mistake. Okay,
lessons are to
and
be
not
learned.
saying that your child is a mistake, right?
Of course
But the
not.
fact that you chose the wrong man to have kids with, and secondly, not to have a marriage after the next one or before
marriage
the next
doesn't
one.
determine, and I'm a person that wants to be married, but marriage don't determine anything. I done known people to be married for a long time and it don't work out, baby. So
Okay.
yeah, you are no, honey, but
Okay.
you're too aggressive now.
No problem.
Let's move
Well,
on.
you know, the aggressiveness that comes from a Southern man, right?
Baby, let me explain
And we
something to you.
stand on what we
My
talking
roots
about.
come from Texas, so
Okay, I'm from
No.
New Orleans.
okay, so
You know what I
the
mean?
South,
So
the
when
battles of the South.
All right,
like I
Brian.
said again.
Brian, let's move on. Let's
okay,
move on. Let's
no
move on.
problem.
Okay, that's good. He's not challenging the women by asking them how many baby daddies they got and how many kids they got. Because I've seen this show many times where it's the woman, the one choosing out of the man, and they ask, how many women do you have? How many child? That's a normal. How is it challenging? And that's a very good question that one needs to know. We're gonna ball all of this commentary about the kids thing up at the end. I'm gonna say that for when we got the full screen on me, so y'all can really feel it. What I'm saying.
Have a good day, love.
If we can have your name and age.
Hi, my name is Shay, and I'm 37.
And Shay, what do you
Hello,
do?
Shay.
I am an insurance adjuster, and I'm just waiting to take my real estate license.
Very nice. And why did you end up popping your balloon?
That motherly prom dress ain't really got shit on. They got going that she got on, and the damn hair is not good. Just the old tundrums. You know, some of these people a little homey, motherly looking, and ain't really looking good.
Just based off of the energy, I didn't want to pop it too soon. I like to fill you out first, but just based off of the energy and the conversations that were had between the women, just overall, that's it.
So you a follower?
No, I went out. That's why I said I didn't pop it right away. I wanted to see for
Okay,
myself.
so you didn't like my
Just-
responses and the women that I responded to? You didn't like the responses?
Just the energy from it. Yeah.
The energy is too strong for you, huh?
Not necessarily too strong. I just didn't too much care for it.
That's understandable. I respect that, though.
Thank you.
Let's go on over here. If we can have your name and age.
Davinia, and I'm 41.
And Davinia, what do you do?
I'm a compliance analyst for a payment processing company.
Okay. And why did you end up popping your balloon?
I popped my balloon. I was waiting because I was trying to feel the energy, the vibe, the connection, chemistry. And I believe he was speaking very well, very suave, handsome gentleman. So I was trying to give it some time. But then it started to feel like an attack. And I didn't like or agree with the attack. So that was why I popped my balloon.
Because hit dogs holler. That wouldn't have been an attack for me because I ain't got no damn kids. It's only an attack if you fit the bill, which she does. Let's go ahead.
Okay. So you say it felt like an attack. Can you elaborate on that?
You don't judge people from their past, or you like to start off with a clean slate. I don't think that if a relationship works out for a woman and it happens to be her second baby daddy per se, I don't think that's her fault. So if she decides to stay and marry the man, like Brian says, then that means she's settling. And I don't agree with a woman having to settle just because the opinions of others thinking that, it's going to be her fault. It's her fault because it didn't work out. No.
Okay.
Because people, they start off with different personas, and then you slowly kind of learn who they really are. So if you decide to walk away because that situation isn't healthy for you, that doesn't mean that it's your fault that it didn't work out.
Okay. So there's 4 billion women on the planet. I'm a Black American from Louisiana. I have the choice to have the pick of the litter. So why would I pick you if you have multiple baby daddies?
Well, don't pick me.
Right.
Yeah.
And
you
I
have the
understand
choice.
that.
You have the choice. We all have a choice.
I have the choice, but you're
Yeah.
judging me on the fact that I have the choice.
No, I'm not judging you. That just means that I'm not for you. If you're going to judge me because my second baby daddy didn't work out for me, then I'm not for you. So I'm not judging
And I
you and your
understand that.
opinion
How many
and
kids
your
you have?
preference. I have 3.
You have
25,
3?
18, and 12.
Okay. How many baby daddies?
2.
2.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So there's no disrespect towards that, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I just want you to understand, when it comes to a man of top tier, right? We give you a few from one man.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. If you have multiple from a different man, that disqualifies yourself.
So it disqualifies a top tier woman from getting a top
That's
tier
exactly
man
right. Why?
if
Because
she
there's
has
billions
2.
of women on this planet.
All
All right?
I respect your opinion.
Okay.
All right, so we're going to stop right there because that's the end of his thing. He leaves after that. All right, so let's get into it. So let's talk about it. Now that y'all seen the whole clip, and I gave y'all my little razzle dazzle on this. So let's talk about this whole thing with children on both sides. Now, this commentary is not just for women. A lot of times we like to just keep the shit about women as if children only are, as if it only takes one to make a kid. It takes 2. And just in case we need a refresher of biology, children can't happen without the man's choice to ejaculate. Let's just repeat that, man's choice, which is why you have people like, a Drake or 50 Cent or any kind of man who has something to lose, play about he just coming in bitches. That ain't just what he doing. Some rappers, Future, whatever, but the majority, they're not just busting nuts in anybody. You know what I'm saying? They think about that because they have a lot to lose. They understand that could be a financial thing. They're stuck with this bitch or whatever. So they actually take a lot of time and careful consideration on who they're just busting in. Okay? All right. So, but that's for another video. But I just want to paint that picture to say that the men who have multiple baby mamas, you are getting the same energy that I'm giving the women. This is not the conception 100% on the man. Okay, it starts off like this. 2 people decide to have sex unprotected. 1 person decides to ejaculate. Unprotected sex does not equal in itself children. But ejaculation, most of the time, it does. So therefore, that is the man's fault. You lack self-control, pull out game, you need to do something. So that part is 100% on you. The baby's here. The pregnancy is learned about. Now we have to decide whether we keep it or not. That part is on the woman. Right. So no matter what the woman says, ejaculation cannot happen without the man's decision. And no matter what the man says, babies can't be born without the woman's decision. At least that's what it is today. Who knows? Depending on what based on what's going on in politics, that may not be the case by the time this video reaches millions of people. But anyway, that could be tomorrow. But the point is this. Now that we understand biology and anatomy, let's talk about the woman's side of this whole thing. So the thing was really, and again, I love this show because it is a great social experiment. It lets you know a lot about the mindset of our people. So Black women, let me talk to y'all because I have to talk about this. We've already said accountability on both ends with the men and the women, but with this, he is absolutely correct with everything that he said. You may not like it. It may be uncomfortable for you to hear. But everything that he said is actual factual. Let's rewind. He said you get a clean slate. He said that, I'm not going to just judge you off of your past. If you have living and breathing children with living and breathing baby daddies, whether they are not in the picture or they are in the picture, that is still very much your present and future. And let's say all are just going to be unalive to tomorrow. And even then, that's still something. So my whole thing is, you can't use that. And I saw people in the comments saying he's contradicting himself. No, your past has brought forth evidence by way in the form of children. So that affects future, and he's right. And it does let us know your mindset. You haven't, you're not learning. So that part is where that sliver is where the hypocrisy can come in, because if my last child I had was 10 years ago, you know what I'm saying? Like if I had 3 kids and my 3 different baby daddies, and the last one I had was the youngest one is 10, then I could have learned now. So I do see that. But let's just talk about what he's actually saying. So the first, I just don't believe in mistaken kids. When I say that, I mean, if the situation ain't right, abort the fucking baby. Point blank, period. I don't care what y'all say. If the situation ain't right, don't have the kid. We normalize struggle moms, struggle situations in our community too much. Nobody's even blinking an eye at 16-year-old mothers or at I don't care if you're 26, people who ain't got no damn money. Nobody's blinking an eye at these things because we're desensitized and we normalize it. But okay, if we're gonna go with his premise and give you one. You was in a relationship or whatever, situations vary. You in a relationship or whatever, not whatever it is, you got the baby. For you to just continue to do that multiple times with multiple men shows that you just simply ain't that smart. You have not learned. You are not emotionally intelligent. You're not in therapy. You're not doing the work. Okay? Because that, if I'm a single mom one time, it ought to be traumatizing to even think about being a single mom again. Because I don't think it's anything easy about raising a kid by yourself. Okay, so I'm not gonna have a bad experience and just go do it again 2, 3, 4, 5 times. I'm just not. But I'm also one that works on myself, and also one who just never wanted kids. So I get my views on this are a little bit different. But if I did want children, I feel like if I had that first child and shit didn't work out, I promise you, relationships are excellent teachers. They can show you. They can literally show you so much about yourself if you pay attention to them. But they can't show you what you need to see if you're too busy being a victim. And a lot of us are being a victim. He did this to me, but how many red flags did you do? Now, we're not trying to say you can have your victim moment and vent. I feel that. You have to do that sometimes. Like, I feel it. I'm not even mad at it. You have to go through a phase in the healing process where you're just mad and angry and you're blaming people. But at some point, you have to process what happened. You have to look at the red flags that you've ignored. I'm very transparent on my page with my ex that I had or whatever in South Africa. Oh, I could say a lot about what he did, but actually he showed me exactly what I was about to get within that first 3 weeks of knowing him. I got exactly what I ended up getting, except for when I got it years later, it was much more big, much more painful, just an exaggerated version. But I and my unhealed daddy issues, my limerence, which is an emotional trauma response, me not having that together led me to do that. And so if I would have been on top of things a little bit better, then I could have done it. But I'm not trying to beat myself up about it. I was where I was. So I'm not saying this for people when in their situation to beat themselves up, but I am saying that you can't be mad at the facts of it. He didn't say anything wrong. The thing about it is we get too busy being in our feelings about it. He didn't say anything wrong. So if somebody says, I can take me for an example. I mean, I throw orgies. A man could say, well, they don't want, that could come back to haunt me because I'm a politician and, you got a whole Amazon documentary about you throwing orgies. I can't even be mad at that because that's true. That could definitely come up and fuck up what he got going on. So I can see why he wouldn't want a woman like me. I'm not even mad about it. I get it. So I feel like when it comes down to multiple baby mamas and all of that, we do, and baby daddies, and it's baby mamas too. Please always use the he and she interchangeably in this. I am not just coming down on women or talk about women here. This is any person with multiple children with multiple women. I made a whole post about men not really being very smart for that because of what I just said. You chose to bust your nut in 5 crazy bitches, and all of them crazy. Ain't none of them what you want. They all keep you from the kid. They all make your life terrible, and you're trying to raw dog me right now. You haven't learned. Okay, so the same thing can be applied to these women. The whole thing is, again, people just make mistakes. Okay, so as he said, the first one is, you can say, all right, I didn't know no better, I was 19 and dumb and young, but you 5 years later, you're doing the same thing. And this is a lack of going to therapy in our community. Y'all go to the tabernacle, y'all go to the fucking tabernacle praising Jesus and shit, and that's doing nothing to help you have better lives. Nothing at all. In fact, it reinforces terrible ideology. It says I don't have to change anything, I just give lip service, because in your religion, you say you're sorry and all is forgiven, all is washed away. Well, and then you don't do any real work. You're not going to therapy. You're not doing anything. You're not meditating. You're not doing nothing it takes to really change your behaviors. Changing our behaviors, changing our decision making, healing from trauma is work. It has to be a real priority. It has to be something that takes practice. It's not easy. It's not fun. Okay, it's a lot easier and more fun to be the victim because nobody needs to change but the other person. But a lot of people, and we see the lack of accountability. You can't just own the fact that now, it doesn't matter. You still, even if you married to him, you still chose the wrong person. And I'm sure if we rewind it, you can see that you continue the same patterns. I'm speaking for myself. For a long time, I was choosing the same nigga, the same situation, until I did the work. Got a therapist, really got into my Buddhism, chanting Nam Yoda and get killed, did meditations. Until I've been doing that for years, but until I really did it in a new way, nothing's changing. Now I'm manifesting much better men and shit because I did the work. I don't just go to church and say hallelujah, oh Jesus, stomp Kirk Franklin, yes. Oh, Jesus, let me eat the ashy cracker and drink the fucked up wine that's creepy as fuck, symbolizing blood and all is washed away. That is a really retarded ass ideology, and a lot of y'all have it. So he's right. One child is a mistake. We can give you that. But what do you say about the second and third and fourth? And yes, it is. Yes, and so by us owning our part in the things that we manifest in our lives, that is not making the other people correct or off the hook or just deserving no consequences. No. Them niggas is fucked up as fuck because everybody chose wrong. If they decided to leave and not be around for the child and they fuck with the mama, that clearly was not a woman that he wanted to bond his life with for life. So he crazy for doing it. But we know they wrong, but we have to talk about you and why you haven't changed and why you still did it. And the biggest piece of this is your past. Like I said in the very beginning, a past would be if he said, well, what's your body count? 100. Okay, well, do you have any claps and STDs? No. Well, I still can't do it. That's what he's saying. The past shit, who gives a fuck? You was young, dumb, and again, I think he's coming from more of a empathetic place because he said he was from the hood. He's probably doing all kind of shit in fucking New Orleans that he would never do now. So we get that. You know what I'm saying? But the children and the 3 baby daddies, that is, if you have 3 kids and 3 baby daddies, that's 6 people that are now in my life because of my association with you. That's 6. 6 motherfuckers I got to deal with. Now she said 1 was dead, but in a normal case, and in her case 2. That's 5 motherfuckers we now have to deal with, and it brings a lot of shit. I don't want a man that children is even 1 child, 1 baby mom is a deal breaker for me with a man. So ladies, don't think I'm just coming. It's everybody. Because I look at you crazy. You literally chose to raw dog and bust your nut in 5 different women, and you don't like none of them. And you trying to raw dog me now. So that's my whole thing about it. So those who are upset by what he said, it applied to them. That's why they mad. I don't feel like his energy was an attack. And speaking of his energy, what I found about watching this show, these women don't really know what to do with a man who's highly intelligent, sure of himself, and knows what he wants. They don't know what to do with that. They don't know what to do with it. They popping balloon. Well, he said this energy, that's just a grown ass man. Okay? I'm not saying I agree with everything he was saying. Well, I said what I thought. I'm not saying that he's some perfect dude or whatever it is. But what I am trying to say is, you come up confident like that, know what you want, know what you don't want, clear about it, even if it disqualifies me, I gotta respect it at the end of the day. I understand why dudes would want a woman who has a documentary on Amazon Prime about an orgy. I understand why certain men couldn't entertain it. Again, you could be maybe a bunch of reasons. I get it. I don't care per se, but I get it. You know, and so you should. I think if I had a tribe of kids, a tribe of baby fathers, I would be able to understand a bit on why niggas wouldn't really want that. And actually, you should be able to say, you know what? I did make those mistakes, but these are the things that I'm implementing now to not make that mistake again. Or I'm done having kids, or I got my tubes tied, or whatever. So a lack of accountability was heavy in that. You popping your balloon because hit dogs holler. He wasn't attacking y'all. He was asking very important questions. That's fucking important. And he was making this decision based off logic. You know what I'm saying? Like, based off logic. We understand different circumstances, but honestly, in my view, the circumstances don't matter. My man could have been in a marriage for 20 years and had 5 kids. I still don't give a fuck. So at the end of the day, with somebody like me who I'm kids are off the table in every regard, every situation, kids are not allowed in my life with the man. It don't matter the bottom line. You know what I'm saying? But if I did have some leeway and you just steady, just ain't learning your lesson, that lets me know what you're doing. So in a way, it does let you know the future. If they have not identified what they're doing, are they in therapy? None of them women look like they was in therapy. It could have been, don't know, but I know how we are with therapy. Black women are a little bit, but we still don't think we need no damn therapy. I go to therapy and I'm proud of it because I'm smart. I'm smarter than most people. I understand that. I'm simply going to be smarter than most people. But in this situation, I don't think he was wrong. I don't think he was aggressive. I just think he spoke clearly and articulate, and he was very articulate. And the hit dogs was popping. The hit dogs was popping the balloons. And I just think we really need to stop taking children so lightly. It is really sad how lightly y'all take having kids. If the situation, if like Glorilla said, if you don't want a baby, then bitch, don't keep it. That's all I gotta say about that. Let me know what y'all think in the comments. Peace out.